Hello from Adventure Island. Welcome to Knott's Berry Farm. We're here today to celebrate the Boysenberry Festival. So we're going to go do a whole bunch of Boysenberry Festival activities. We're going to try some boysenberry flavored foods. We're going to play some Boysenberry games, watch some Boysenberry shows, take you guys all along with us while we do that. It's time to get started, so let's go! There is so much to do and see at the Boysenberry Festival. We're going to get started by visiting Old McDonald's barn and playing some Boysenberry games, and then we're going to head over and get our tasting cards and try some Boysenberry foods. So those are the first three things on our list for today, so let's get started with those.
Now we're going to go see Old McDonald's barn. Come on, let's go.
Skylar, look at this old car. Oh, it's a carriage actually, not a car. This used to be pulled by horses. How cute! Aw, if they get close enough, you can pet them.
Thank you. You have to reach over the bars. If you can't reach them, I know that's rough, but he's 1,500 pounds, so if he turns his head to the side, he can accidentally break your arm. I don't want that.
Mommy, I can pick you guys up. Can I pick lots of pet?
Yeah, you can take a step up there. Just be careful with it. I don't want you to fall and scare him.
Here in the barn, they actually have this great 2025 event guide up here for guests to look at. So let's take a look at some of the things that you can do for Boysenberry Festival. You can use a tasting card, which we're gonna grab a couple of those and try a whole bunch of Boysenberry flavored foods. There's also the Crafts Village. There's a new show called The Great Bank Robbery. You can see the history of the Boysenberry and Ghost Town Hall. We're here right now in Old McDonald's barn. Then there's also a show called Knott Preserved on the Calico Mine stage. And there's some pie eating contests and games, and of course some merchandise. And here is a map of all of those things. And then down here, these are all those foods that you can try with the Boysenberry tasting cards. So there are a ton of different locations and foods to try, and we're gonna try a whole bunch of different things. There's also some a la carte food offerings, food and drink offerings, but we're gonna do the tasting card and try a bunch of things on those to get started. Another great thing about visiting Knott's Berry Farm during the Boysenberry Festival is that there's lots of really cool Boysenberry Festival decorations all over Knott's Berry Farm that we're gonna walk around and take a look at.
Let's bring out the one and only, my big idol. Let's bring out Boysenberry. See, there he is. Hello, Boysenberry. You look fantastic. You look absolutely amazing. Hello. And we're matching. I love that. It's so cute. I know. Well, I was just telling them about how the coyote pups took the pies and everything. I know, so rude. But we've been making pies for our big pie eating competition later. So earlier, we already did the frozen dried egg yolks. And now we gotta add boysenberry. Shouldn't we add boysenberries into our pies? Yes. Okay. And we have your assorted berry assorter. That's obviously perfect. It'll help us sort all the boysenberries. Would you mind showing? Oh, you already threw them at me. That's okay. Would you mind showing everybody how we do it? Does that sound good? All right. Everybody, let's cheer on Boysenberry. All right, you got this. We believe in you. Okay. Oh, that was perfect. Whoa! You did it. You got it into the perfect one right there. That was wonderful. Of course you did. You're the head chef around here. All right, so how it works, everybody. This is our assorted berry assorter. And you each are going to get 3 boysenberries. How many? 3. Perfect. Thank you. Very good listening. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand back here, okay, or however close or far away as you like. And you're going to go ahead and throw it into our assorted berry assorter. And then it's going to bounce around and show us where different berries belong. So this star right there, that means it's the sweetest berry of all. As sweet as it could possibly be. And then you're gonna head over to Nina right over there. She has her hand in the air. If you get it on that gold star, then she has something for you. But no matter if it bounces around her anywhere, you're still doing a great job. You just want to try your best and have a good time. Sound good? Over. Come on over. All right, go ahead. Good job. Whoa. Nice. That's a really good berry. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Nice job. Should we be a third one right here? There you go. Good work. All right, come on up, my friend. Let's see it. You look so pretty with your bell ears. Good job. Perfect. You got it in the gold one. Thank you. You got it. Keep on going. Good job. You can go ahead and see Nina right over there. Come on over. Hello. Go ahead. Good job. Nice work. You got this. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. You're back. How are you, my love? Go ahead.
I got a gold star, so I got the sticker. Yes.
During the Boysenberry Festival here at Knott's, they have a really awesome craft fair where all these local vendors come and sell all sorts of really cool products. You can find jewelry, you can find this location here, you can make your own slime. There's lots of cool crocheted boysenberry items at lots of the different booths. You can get boysenberry headbands, boysenberry hats, lots of cool bows and flowers. This is one of my favorite stands with lots of really interesting crocheted items, things you can wear on your head, different ears, lots of really cool and beautiful things. There's also some different fun foods you can try here at the craft fair. Over here you can get brittle and nuts. And then there's obviously this regular main Knott's Berry Farm store. But let's take a quick circle around and see what other cool things we can find here. Here they have dream catchers. Over here they have fire starters. There's some essential oils and diffusers. Over here there's some handmade purses, hats, lots of really cool things made by individuals, cute little ponchos. Over here you can get some custom signs, some natural body products, some more different kinds of food and snacks that you can try here at this booth. Here is another snack booth. So this is all in the ghost town area of Knott's Berry Farm. They actually have some little piñatas here that you can get. But this is all gonna be in the main area of ghost town when you first walk in. You're gonna see these awesome craft fair booths kind of all around the outside of ghost town. So here is the Knott's Berry Farm Gold Trails Hotel and Mercantile. Here's some more of those really awesome Boysenberry Festival decorations that you can find. And another sign about the history of Boysenberry Festival. It was 1920 when Walter and Cordelia Knott brought home their young family to Buena Park to farm berries and vegetables. And then here in Ghost Town, you can see some more of those craft fair booths. There's also a lot of Knott's Berry Farm history that goes along with the Boysenberry Festival, and there's lots of signs around Knott's Berry Farm that talk about that, like this one that says the berry market was built in 1927 to sell Knott's Farm fresh berries, and the store still stands on Beach Boulevard. So now we have our tasting cards. We grabbed two, and I'll show you what's available front and back, and we're gonna try some different foods on these tasting cards. If you buy the tasting cards at Knott's Berry Farm, they are $55 each, regardless of how many you buy. But if you buy your tasting cards online in advance and you buy 3 of them, they're $45 each. So you save $10 each if you buy 3 of them on the Knott's Berry Farm website. Well, we have these two, so let's get started. Our first stop for our tasting card is here at Ghost Town Grub. We are going to try a chocolate-dipped boysenberry buñuelo that comes with boysenberry ice cream and powdered sugar. So that's what we're getting very first to try here on our tasting card at Knott's Berry Farm. So you can actually buy the chocolate-dipped boysenberry buñuelo if you want to for $10 if you do not want to do the tasting cards, but we have the tasting cards to try. So the very first thing we got was a chocolate-dipped boysenberry buñuelo, and that came with a boysenberry soft serve ice cream and some powdered sugar. So we're gonna give that a try. So I definitely should have gotten a knife and fork to cut this apart, but I did not, so we're just gonna take a bite of it. It's actually really crispy and kind of like harder than you would think it would be, so it kind of feels like a chip. So I'm gonna give it a bite. Here, Amelia, have a bite. Lean forward, take a bite, because it's really messy. You can actually really taste the boysenberry flavor. I thought it was gonna be all chocolate, but it actually tastes a lot like boysenberry, and I think it's pretty good. I was a little thrown off by how crunchy it is. I expected it to be a little bit softer, but it tastes good. It's kind of like a crunchy chip covered in chocolate and boysenberry, and it comes with a soft serve. Here, let's give the soft serve a try. Here, you wanna try it?
Wow, that's really good. It's really sweet,
Let me see.
and you can definitely taste the boysenberry.
All right, this was an excellent first thing to try here for Boysenberry Festival. Let's go find some other foods to try. You ready?
Wow.
Next up, we are over here at Miners, Mac and Spuds, where we're gonna try two different food items. We are going to try a Hawaiian bread with boysenberry cream cheese garlic spread. We're also gonna try a double stuffed baked potato with boysenberry barbecue pulled pork. So I am very excited to try those two items. We're gonna go and order them right now. We're here at the Miners, Mac and Spuds, and we are gonna try the Hawaiian bread with a boysenberry cream cheese garlic spread and the double stuffed baked potato with boysenberry barbecue pulled pork and jalapeno chips. You can buy those on their own for $11 and $12, but we're using our tasting card for it. Here at Mac and Miners Spuds, we did get that boysenberry pulled pork, double stuffed baked potato, and that does come with sour cream and butter on the side. And also at Mac and Miners Spuds, we also got that Hawaiian roll that has cream cheese, boysenberry, and garlic, and it definitely smells a lot like garlic. Now it's time for the most important part, which is to actually try the food. So we're gonna start with that double stuffed baked potato that has boysenberry pulled pork. And there is a lot of pulled pork on this baked potato. You get a big portion size. And it does, this is actually a returning item from last year, but this year they did add these jalapeno chips. So I'm gonna give those a try as well. I'm gonna start first with just the meat. It's really good. The jalapeno chips are pretty spicy, and I don't actually know if they add that much, but I like the crunch. But the meat is delicious. I'm gonna try that with the potato now, but without the chip. This is so good. You definitely do not want to miss this during Boysenberry Festival. I'm really impressed with how delicious this is. All right, and now this is interesting. I don't think they had this item last year. It smells more like garlic than anything else. I love garlic, so I still feel like I'm gonna be a fan, but just to give you an idea, this is what the inside of it looks like. So it's got cream cheese and boysenberry and garlic and cheese on top. And it's all on top of a Hawaiian roll. All the flavors work together pretty well. Honestly, the only flavor I'm kind of, like I could do without is the cream cheese, but it still tastes really good. And it's like a kind of sweet garlic bread, which I think works. Okay, I'm gonna finish these and then we'll go find our next boysenberry food to try. Our next spot to try our tasting card is actually here. This is a booth near the exit of Ghost Rider, and they call it the Gold Mine Trail booth. And here we're going to try the boysenberry barbecue beef tips with mashed potatoes. I actually just saw somebody come out with them and they look delicious, so I'm excited to give them a try. And here we're just gonna do the boysenberry barbecue beef tips, which would be $12 if you purchase those individually. And there's lots of other options available here, but we're just gonna give this one food item a try. So I did end up also adding a cocktail. This is the Boysenberry Tequila Smash. We're gonna give that a try as well. Okay, so over at the Gold Mine Trail booth, we got two things. I ended up adding a cocktail. This is the Tequila Smash cocktail. Normally, if you buy this alone, it's $18. And what's interesting about using the tasting card here at Boysenberry Fest is that if you get a beer, they give you a smaller size. You do not get a full-size cup. However, any cocktail that you order during Boysenberry Festival is gonna come in a full-size cocktail cup. So it is a better value if you do wanna get an alcoholic beverage to get something that is a cocktail, because you get a bigger size and so you get a little bit better value for your money when you're using the tasting card. And then the other thing that we got was, this is the beef tips, the Boysenberry beef tips with mashed potatoes. Okay, it's time to give the next two items a try. First, we're gonna try this tequila smash cocktail, Boysenberry tequila smash cocktail. So that's the twist on it, is that it does have boysenberry in it. It's good. It's really refreshing. It's not super strong tequila flavor, but it's really refreshing and I like it a lot. It almost has a little bit of like a seltzer feel to it. It's not totally flat. It's a little bit like bubbly, and I think this is delicious. Definitely worth one of your tasting tabs, especially because if you buy this cocktail on its own, it's $18. For your tasting card, you're only paying $55 for 6 tabs, so a little bit less than $9 per tab. That makes this cocktail about half price using a tasting tab rather than just buying it on your own. We're gonna give these beef tips a try. This is actually a really good size portion, considering that with the tasting tab, this is a little bit less than $9, and you get a big portion of mashed potatoes and a lot of beef tips. And they do ask you if you want green onions on that, so if you're not a fan of green onions, they do not have to put them on this dish. All right. That's really good. It actually has that same boysenberry barbecue sauce on it, but the pulled pork had on top of the baked potato that we tried. It's sweet, but I think it's delicious, and I think this is another excellent use of a tasting tab. So we're gonna eat this and then go find something else to try. So one last thing I want to say about this tequila smash. I've had some of it. It's still really good. And if you stir it, you can actually see that there's like boysenberries in the bottom of it, and you can taste those even if you're drinking through a straw, and they're delicious. But the person behind me also ordered a boysenberry tequila smash. And when they ordered theirs, I didn't know what drink the person behind me had ordered, and theirs was like a really light color. So I asked them like, oh, hey, what drink did you order? And they said, I ordered the tequila smash. And I was like, oh, interesting. I ordered the tequila smash. So they are being handmade by employees here at Knott's Berry Farm, so they might not always look the same. So mine was definitely a darker color. Hers was a lighter color. I don't know which one was better. I just know that they didn't quite look the same. So that just kind of depends on whoever's making your drink. Keep that in mind. Mine's good at least. The food we've tried has been so good so far. We've tried 5 different things with our tasting cards, but now we're going to take a little break and we're going to go check out a new show in the Birdcage Theater, and then we'll go back to trying these tasting card items. This brand new show that's here for Boysenberry Festival is called The Great Bank Robbery, and it plays several times a day in the Birdcage Theater.
You got your ear to the ground. What have you heard?
Well, I heard that late last night, a man rode into town on a dark horse.
At night, all horses are dark. He ain't got no light.
Quiet, Ernie. I need to hear this. Well, what do you know about this man?
I know that those who managed to see him in the grim darkness said they heard a very ominous sound emanating from his holster. What kind of ominous sound?
Like a dog barking or a bear growling? Those can be ominous. I once had a cousin that got attacked by a dog and a bear at the same time. I do not have that cousin anymore.
Ernie, please. What kind of ominous sound?
The tinkling of little bells. 7 tinkling bells.
Oh no! Not that! That's the worst news I could have gotten!
Wait. Worse than the hoedown being canceled? What could be worse than that?
Oh, nothing.
Ernie! Don't you see the wanted signs over at the sheriff's office?
The sheriff's office is not on my way to work.
It's right there! Right there!
Yeah, but I come from that direction.
Never mind. A man on a dark horse, tinkling bells in the dim hours that can only be one man. Bells Coaches!
Hey, don't take backsies.
I'll take that. What?
That right there is my good side. Can you switch?
Oh, sure.
1, 3, now.
There.
What's the for? Right where I want you.
What?
Finish you off.
Sit down. Sit down.
I can't do it.
Sit down.
Well, I can.
This new Great Bank Robbery show was very cute and funny and a little bit silly, but it was also about 40 minutes long, so we just showed you a couple minute clip to give you an idea what the show is about. But now let's go back to talking more about Boysenberry Festival, and let's try some boysenberry flavored foods. Our next spot for tasting card number 6 is here at Mrs. Murphy's Kitchen, where we're going to try a boysenberry barbecue short rib lasagna. This is actually one of the few indoor locations where you go to order using your tasting card. They actually have a whole bunch of different foods you can try here inside of Mrs. Murphy's, and they all look pretty good, but we're just going to try that barbecue short rib lasagna. There is also a bar here in Mrs. Murphy's where you can order a bunch of boysenberry flavored cocktails as well. I did also decide to try a cocktail here in Mrs. Murphy's, and I am trying the butter toffee espresso martini with a boysenberry syrup with Bailey's and Kahlua. And this is what that looks like. Here inside Mrs. Murphy's is one of the only indoor areas to get food on the tasting cards at Boysenberry Festival. We are trying 2 things from here. The first thing that we are trying is this short rib lasagna. So this is just called a boysenberry barbecue short rib lasagna. I'm not gonna lie, it'll probably taste good. It's not the most appetizing presentation I've seen before, but I'm gonna give it a try. And then the second thing that I got is actually a cocktail. So here inside Mrs. Murphy's, there's actually a food area and a bar area. So over at the bar area, I got this. This is a butter toffee espresso martini, and it's topped with Kahlua and Bailey's. So it sounds like a lot. It also sounds like it might be kind of sweet, but I'm gonna give it a try. Again, today, if I'm gonna drink something on this festival tasting card, I'm gonna try the cocktails because the beers are smaller in size and these cocktails range anywhere from like $16 to $18. So you get a better value trying the cocktails. So I'm gonna stir it up a little bit first. Get some of that boysenberry from the bottom. Right now it mostly just tastes like Bailey's and Kahlua, but I'm sure once I drink more of it, I'll get some other flavors. And now let's try this short rib lasagna. Okay, now we're gonna try the short rib boysenberry lasagna. My daughter Bailey wants to try it with me. She loves stuff that's sweet, as most 10-year-olds do. And she's actually kind of a fan of lasagna, so it'll be interesting to see what she thinks. So, all right, Bailey, I'll get you a bite. This is a knife and fork one for sure. And we'll see. It's really like a lot of little pieces to grab to try. I'm not sure how hot it is, so make sure you blow on it.
Oh, I can feel the heat coming off.
All right, I'll try this bite. It's not that hot. It's good. It's sweet, and the sweetness is a little odd for lasagna. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the other dishes that I've tried so far. And a couple of times, I have a couple of like crunchy things in my mouth, which don't feel like I should bite them, so I don't know, that's kind of throwing me off, so.
Wow, I really love that. It's a mix between like a strawberry syrup, or like boysenberry in this case, and lasagna, and it's a really nice texture and mix. I love it.
I think this one's only okay for me. It's just a little too sweet for me for a lasagna, even with the short rib. I don't know, I like the barbecue sauce that they're using that's boysenberry, but the syrup's a little too much sugar for me on this particular dish. So I'm gonna put that down and we're gonna move on and try. We still have 5 more boysenberry items left to try. You ready?
Yeah!
All right. Okay, now that I've taken a few bites of this, it's good. I still think it's a little bit sweet, but the crunchy thing that I was biting in the beginning was actually like a boysenberry seed. So now that I figured out what that is, the lasagna freaks me out a little bit less. But it is good, but I do still think it's only okay, and it's a little bit too sweet for my personal taste. But we're gonna finish this up and go try some more foods. Ready? Next up on our Boysenberry Festival adventure, we're gonna head over to the Calico Mine stage, where in just a couple of minutes, they're actually gonna have a pie eating competition.
Everything, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. How we all doing? Everyone, let's hear it for Boysenberry. All right, Boysenberry. Well, a little while ago, we took sign-ups right over here to see who our lucky 6 contestants are going to be. When you hear your name called, you're going to stand up, bring your waiver, your piece of paper that you already filled out, then come right over here, and one of our lovely baker assistants are gonna help you up the stairs. All right, sound good, everybody? Perfect. Okay, you basically want to use your face like a shovel. You want to go like this, move it around. We want to see your face nice and messy and purple. It's our favorite color around here. Okay, does that make sense? Yes? Any questions? It's okay to have questions. Anything? Anybody? No? All right, we ready to count them down, everybody? Yes? All right, let's count them down. And 3, 2, wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to remind you, you can't use your hands if you need to drink any water. Okay, sound good, right? Listen care about that? Especially if you're eating. Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1. You all look great! Those are some boys and beauties if I've ever seen. Don't they look fantastic, everyone? Absolutely fantastic! So good, everybody. Nice work. All right, you ready to see how they did? Yes! All right, we're happy for you. If I look at between the two of these, I'm gonna be honest. This one is completely clean right here. So this hot fella right here, come forward with me. Watch your feet right here. Just stand back. He is our winner right here. Watch your feet, watch your feet. Let's see him right here. Wonderful, let's hear it for him. He is our winner. Let's go right here in the middle. Perfect. Let's hear it for him, everybody. Wonderful. And what do you win? Thank you for asking, because you haven't had enough already. You win yourself another boysenberry pie. Yes, a certificate that you can go pick up at the bakery, as well as a blue first place ribbon to wear with pride. Let's hear it for him, everybody.
We've been here at Knott's Berry Farm for several hours now. We've tried a lot of fun foods. We took a little break to do the pie eating contest, and we saw a cool show, and now we're gonna go head over and check out some more foods. We still have 5 tasting tabs left, and we also want to go and take a look at, in the town hall, they have the history of boysenberry, so we're going to go take a quick walk through that and then go back to trying some more Boysenberry Festival foods. Now we're going to head into Calico Town Hall and learn about the history of boysenberry, but there are some more beautiful Boysenberry Festival decorations here in front of Town Hall. So let's go inside here in Town Hall and see what they have to say. Oh, it's actually a video.
If you're wondering what happened to the American dream, you're looking at it. It was right here, almost 100 years ago, that Walter and Cordelia Knott started farming the very land you're standing on.
every boysenberry in the world today has storage right here in the farm. This is where we start.
I was not expecting the history of boysenberry to be quite that long. It was actually about 30 minutes worth of boysenberry history from Knott's Berry Farm. So there is a full video on our page if you want to check that out. We just showed you guys a couple minutes of the history here, but the full video is on our page if you want to see everything there is to know about the history of boysenberry. But now it's time to go back to trying some more food from our tasting cards. So the next tasting card spot is Judge Roy Beans, which is just across from the train over here, across from the Calico Railroad. We're gonna try a couple of different food items here. We're gonna try the boysenberry-infused beef chili, and we're also gonna try the boysenberry barbecue all beef meatball hoagie. You can buy those for $12 each if you don't want to use your tasting card. Okay, next up, this is the chili that's on top of mac and cheese and comes with corn chips on top. We'll give that a try first. We also grabbed this, which I'm not gonna lie, doesn't look that appetizing to me. Like the cheese isn't even melted, and I do not know if I'm gonna be a big fan of this, but maybe it'll surprise me. This is a boysenberry meatball hoagie. We are going to try, this is boysenberry beef chili with corn chips on top of mac and cheese. I think it might be interesting to have the boysenberry with the mac and cheese, so we'll give it a try, see how we like it. Interesting. The chili is really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet for chili. There's like no spice or kick at all. I like the corn chips though. They give it some texture it definitely needs because everything else is just really soft. So, I know this one also goes just in the okay pile for me. It's not my favorite thing I've had today, but it's not bad. And you do get a huge portion. Like this is a giant bowl of mac and cheese and chili. Next up is this hoagie that has boysenberry beef meatballs on it. I gotta tell you, this isn't really doing it for me in presentation. Like the cheese isn't melted, the bread looks like stale, it feels stale. Like, I really do not think this is gonna be very good, but I said I'd try it for you guys, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's also really messy. As expected, it's not my favorite. I mean, you eat with your eyes before you eat the actual food, and overall, I don't think this is doing it for me. I wish the cheese was melted. I wish the whole thing was kind of toasted. I like the sauce on the meatballs, I'll say, and the meatballs themselves are good and they're warm, but the whole presentation of it overall is just not my favorite. I definitely would not pick this again. And it's super messy to eat, so I'm gonna say no on this. While I'm heading to my next tasting card booth, I do want to tell you guys really quickly that if there are different foods and drinks that you want to try here, double check the tasting card each time you go to a location, because a lot of these locations actually sell the same things. A lot of the cocktails you can get at multiple places. You can get the hoagie at a couple of different places, and the chili and the beef tips at a couple different places. So you might not need to go to quite as many locations as I have gone, because you can look at the tasting card and see if something you want might be sold at a different location or a location you're already heading to. Here next to the entrance of Silver Bullet is the Silver Bullet booth, and that's where we're going to try our next tasting card item. We're going to try an item called the Stack. Here at the Silver Bullet booth, we are going to try the Stack, which is boysenberry barbecue pulled pork over boysenberry cornbread and coleslaw. They do have several other options you can order here, which you can use the tasting card for, or you can just pay these prices. So this is the Stack, which has coleslaw, and it has boysenberry pulled pork and a boysenberry piece of cornbread, which is actually purple. Next up, we are trying the stack, which is pulled pork with a boysenberry sauce, coleslaw, and a piece of boysenberry cornbread, which is actually purple, which is interesting. This looks really good. I think this looks way better than the last couple of items I've tried, and I think the food preparation on it is very pretty, and it is also a good portion size, which is what I will say to Knott's Berry Farm about most of the food we've had today, is that the portion sizes you get are pretty good considering you're only paying about $9 an item with that tasting card. What I will say is that this isn't great. Like when I went to get a piece of the cornbread, it kind of just crumbled, but I think that was just the corner. So let's see if we can get an inside piece. Get a whole bite with the sauce and the coleslaw. See how it is. This is really good. This might be one of my favorite things I've had today. The coleslaw is delicious. This pulled pork actually does not have that boysenberry barbecue sauce on it. It's just like regular sweet pulled pork, but not quite as sweet as the boysenberry one. There is a little bit of that boysenberry drizzle, and it is really good. I'm a big fan of this item. I definitely think you should add this to the things you're gonna try if you're coming to Boysenberry Festival. Okay, we only have 2 tasting portions left to go and try. So we're gonna go and finish those off over at Ghost Town Bakery and try a couple more sweet items, since most of what we tried today has been savory and those couple of cocktails. So we're gonna head over there and finish this out. It is time to use our last 2 tasting card items here at Ghost Town Bakery. There are tons of sweet options to pick here at Ghost Town Bakery. We are gonna try a Boysenberry Blondie and a Boysenberry Belgian Waffle, and those are gonna be the last 2 things that we try today. There are tons of different options available here at Ghost Town Bakery. They have the salted caramel brownie, which we're going to be trying. They also have a boysenberry and lavender lemonade, a boysenberry chocolate chip loaf, a vegan white chocolate and boysenberry tart, the Belgian waffle we're going to be trying, a stuffed boysenberry pie cookie, and then a rhubarb bar with boysenberry drizzle and boysenberry tiramisu. Okay, we got our next 2 options, and I have to say the portion on these is actually a lot smaller than the portion of savory food that we've gotten today. And that's a little bit of a bummer because you're paying the same price for this tasting portion as the other tasting portions, and these are pretty small, and the brownie's even smaller than this waffle. This is the salted caramel boysenberry brownie, and it is also pretty small in size compared to some of the other things we've had today. So that's a bit of a bummer, but we're gonna try these both and see how they taste. Okay, we're gonna give this boysenberry waffle a try. This giant thing on top is actually a boysenberry butter. It feels like way too much butter for this small of a portion, but let's try it and see. I don't really like this. This tastes more like butter than boysenberry, and there's a lot of it, which you don't really need. The syrup is pretty decent, the waffle is okay, but it's not one of my favorite things I've tried today. Hopefully the brownie is better. Okay, and the last thing that we are trying today is the boysenberry salted caramel brownie. It's really tough to get my fork through. Like, I cannot get my fork into the corner of this brownie. It's like rock hard for some reason. Maybe that's the caramel. So I don't know, it's pretty tough. It's not like soft or at all. Interesting, it's cold, like really cold. I think that's why I couldn't get my fork through, but the flavor on this is pretty good, so that's decent. Let me give another bite. It almost has like a fudge texture, and that's caramel there on the inside, and it does have nuts in it, so let's see. I do not taste a lot of boysenberry flavor. It's mostly caramel and chocolate, and it's pretty cold and thick and more like fudge than it is like a brownie. I still think it's good. I just don't think it's quite what they're calling it. It's a little bit different than what they're advertising, but I still liked it. And that's it for us here at Knott's Berry Farm at their Boysenberry Festival. We had so much fun today, seeing shows, trying tasting card foods, learning about the history of boysenberry. Hope you guys had a fun time too. If you're not already, make sure to like and subscribe here at our page, Adventure Isle, for lots more theme park fun.